chills.
You make me feel. Now slide your key in. Ooh, it gives me chills. And with your engine trapped between my thighs, it's a power rush, a burning bush. You make me wanna fly. Oh, in and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Pour it on, boy. Take me to the night. And ain't no stopping. So what's the use in trying? Destination. Baby, all I know is that you and me were meant to be. Never let me go. Out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. It's crazy, going through my head. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. I never thought that love makes you crazy. I never thought that love makes you high. I only hope that love is forever. I only hope that love never dies. In and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Never let me go. In and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. It's crazy, going through my head. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. Give me chills. I like the way that you make me feel.
Yeah, yeah. What's happening, everybody? Welcome, everyone, to the weekly show, Making Pax Stereo TV, the show that was born out of requests from our friends, our associates who wanted to see more of the behind the scenes. As it turns out, we have a weekly meeting, and people have been here for that meeting, and they suggested that we make that meeting available to them online. And since then, the Making of Pax Stereo TV has been born. So it's our weekly meeting that we do, one among many, but it's probably the most significant one. And so it's an experiment of reality TV. Now, today we are blessed by the extra presence of our own dear hot chocolate, Miko Williams, decided to wander in.
How y'all doing? Happy to be here.
All right, y'all. So, but the weekly meeting is really Vic and I laying out the things for the week, rehashing things that need to be rehashed, totally unscripted. He comes with his stuff, I come with my stuff. And together we figure out how to run this emerging entity that is internet television, our internet network, our internet channel. So a bunch of stuff. So Vic,
Yes,
the
sir.
biggest thing this week for all of us is that tomorrow, Monday,
Right.
Monday, September 7th, the return of Morning Coffee. So we'll be here at 10 o'clock. We'll have the pre-show. That's 9 a.m. with Mac McAllister.
Right.
We'll have the show. That's at 10. New format,
That's right.
shorter format,
Yep.
approximately a 50-minute show. That's what we're shooting for. So that we can open us to do some other scheduling things too, some other promotional items. So that's the basic part of that. That's the new thing, and we're coming back with that new format. And it's a little pressure on us to make this adjustment, still to include the new sports, right?
And hot picks.
Hot picks, and so Vic and I, we have to lay out our broadcast material, our visual aids, as it were. So we're going to do that after the meeting here. We're going to lay out the visual aids for hot picks and new sports, and also for my monologue segment, which I'm going to merge, like the news, current events. Vic, let me just give you a little idea of what I was going to do. Besides my specific topics, I'm always going to just do the current events of the day. This is
Right.
on the Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay.
But then usually on Monday or Tuesday, one of the days, I'll be showing the Animoto of the week,
Okay.
because we always have a featured Animoto. Again, that's all these things are not a copyright issue. I'll also be doing a social media update,
Okay.
which tomorrow I'll be explaining the new involvement with Meerkat and Periscope.
Okay.
But every week will be a social media update. Plus, every week we'll have a free indie download and a free Pax Stereo download. It sure would be nice if I could get some help from some of the staff members. Like, we know the free indie download, that would be wonderful if that was selected by Miko. Wouldn't it be wonderful? See, that's cold. You hear what he said? He gave you a huh. That's a huh. You gonna stand still for a huh?
I'm not worried.
Are you gonna rise to the occasion? You're not supposed to be worried. I don't want you to be worried. I want you to rise to the. So you know what?
It'll be delivered, and that's all I can tell you.
If Miko would give me the indie download, free indie downloads, I need two every week. It could be stuff we've already used.
Oh, okay.
Like it could be. I was gonna just do Crazy Love from tomorrow.
Oh, you gotta do something different.
Well, I mean, for indie, they don't have it as a download. Remember,
that's
it's
right,
a free
that's right.
indie. It's a free indie
Right.
download.
Okay, then I have.
And then it's good.
slew
That's
of
what I'm
them.
saying. That's why I
Okay.
said. That's why I said it was
Then
no
I got
work.
you.
That's what I said. It's the same.
Okay, wait. calm down.
Miko's supposed to
Relax.
be making up.
Be nice.
She is making a wonderful playlist of Love Shadow,
Yes,
and that's what I'm talking
I
about.
got you, Mario. You know I
It's
did.
that wonderful playlist of Love Shadow, because we're going to be using that for other things, including our events. And I want to be able to hype the fact that that playlist is by none other than our own hot chocolate, Miko Williams, right? So that's what I mean, because I didn't want to redo it because I liked yours. When you
Okay.
did that was the thing. When she did her Love Shadow playlist, I have to admit, that's one of when she first got me. I said, okay, that was pretty bomb. So I'm asking her to recreate the Love Shadow playlist so we can use that for some of these other things.
I can do it today.
And then every week I'm going to tell them on Monday and Tuesday and give them the link,
Okay.
right? Because I
Right.
want the title and the link
Okay.
and the document. If you just email me that or put it in a page.
I got you. Do
Oh,
it
well, I
today.
can show. Okay, and then we'll have the free Pax Stereo download. So every week we'll try to give them some downloads, Vic.
Watch
Okay.
out.
Free downloads is part of every show. Now, I got to look up which is the first day of the fall because that's part of my hype. Does anybody know the first day of fall?
I'm
No.
gonna guess and say it either comes earlier than I thought or later. I say 20th or 22nd.
Alexa, what is the first day of fall?
The first day of fall, the start of autumn, or fall, usually reckoned from the September
September.
equinox, between September 1st and September 24th in the Northern Hemisphere.
Okay.
Alexa, what is the first day of fall this year?
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Well, I'm about to.
Alexa,
September 23rd, Wednesday. Thank you.
September 23rd is the first day of fall.
Yes.
So remember
First
that.
day of autumn. My daughter's.
September 23rd. Where is mine?
Yes. On a Wednesday.
September 23rd.
Now, Alexa, you supposed to know that.
Okay, the other thing I wanted to do is somehow, once again, depending on how we do it, Vic, maybe even do it live, is a selfie moment thing, or where we go look or play some of the pieces from Meerkat or Periscope. Working on how to best deal with that. And because in order to do it the best, I kind of have to at least go through it and time it out a little bit.
Right.
But okay, that's one thing.
Okay.
Okay, and then other things I'm going to be acknowledging is the VIX View Cam. And on Wednesday, we plan on showcasing at the showtime for the morning coffee. We'll be showcasing Niels and Friends Live, the show that we did previously where Miko was in top form, doing a picture. Miko, without realizing it, because first of all, I'm convinced from my interviews that I've watched with other folks in all these historical events, and one of the common themes that people talk about is that you never really realize you're making history. When you're making history, you don't realize it till 10, 15, 20 years later.
What?
Then you realize you're making history. So what I'm saying is that Miko did something that was subtle, but to me, as far as I know, it's the first time I've ever seen anyone do it. And that's why I wanted to acknowledge it, because so much of what happens around here stems from the fact that Victor and I try so hard to get that culture of experimentation, accountability, where you challenge. So here was Miko attempting to interact live with Niels in the pre-show while streaming herself, right? Mm-hmm. On what, Meerkat or Periscope?
Meerkat.
On Meerkat. And she actually did it through almost the whole time. To me, it was historical. As far as I know, no hostess, male, female, whatever, has ever done a continuous show like that while streaming their own picture within a picture. And I want everybody to know it happened here first. And it happened as part of a natural experiment because of what we've been doing here. And so Miko took it upon herself to naturally do her thing with her Meerkat. But look, I hit the button. But look how that really, to me, is a sign of a whole nother trend of broadcast. And I think that it's so important and so relevant. And when I told her, she was like, huh?
That's wrong.
I think people don't know when they're making history. Because I told her, I said, you realize what you just did?
No.
Do you understand what you just did?
No.
She's like, huh? Do you understand what you just did? Do you understand? No. I said, you just broadcast yourself while being the host of another live broadcast. Victor and I coined these terms, this one, Victor, who also coined the term Pax Stereo TV. Victor said, the picture, well, I forgot what you said. One of those I said.
Streams within streams.
Stream within stream. I said the picture within the picture. There we go.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Stream within streams. Now it's part of extreme social media. The fact that we did that. So understand. I'm trying to deal with my earphones. Everything that we're doing has to do with the fact that we're doing more of this. And so that's part of everything we're going to be trying to do. Even on Morning Coffee, I'm going to be attempting to do the simultaneous Meerkat and Periscope. So that means I got to plan my show intros and all that kind of stuff. I also got to do the blog talk. So I got to do the show intros, the blog talk. What am I putting? All of that stuff. Show blog talk. Get all that stuff in there. So that's why for us it's a big deal to be back tomorrow. But we think you're going to like it. So that's the big thing. Vic and I will be working on some of that tonight. Niels on Wednesday. Miko's working on her theme. I'm still working on my theme. We're going over that theme. I think my theme might be Labor Day Detox.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
That's right.
I
Get
like
all
that.
those evil humors. All those evil humors out of your system. We'll be talking about ways to purge your system. Ritual bloodletting, whatever. So we'll bring some leeches in. It'll be a wonderful way to get those evil humors out of your system. We'll get them out. If we have to flog you, we will get those evil humors out of your system. Right, Miko?
Yeah.
We won't have no evil humors around here. Okay, so Tuesday night, My Quiet Storm Labor Day Detox. Vic, you know what you're going to be doing for iVictor?
Yeah, Miko actually challenged me,
Oh,
but it's still a challenge to challenge her. So it's still a
Miko's challenge.
challenge. It's Miko's challenge,
Yeah.
and then
Reverse.
I'm supposed to challenge her to the next level.
Miko's challenge.
To the next level.
Okay, to the
Right,
next.
right,
Okay,
yes.
we'll work on Miko's challenge, but we'll give it a.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miko's challenge is hot, y'all. Get in there. Get your robe open.
Oh.
Be there for the iVictor. Starts right at 10. Working on those transitions, too, how we're doing the transitions. Hey,
Hey.
the thing I wanted to work on was a way for Vic, Miko, and I to look at ways to hand off broadcasts during the transition and then return. Because that allows certain things to be, the audience to be continued. So there's something to talk about, to think about, okay? And even to think about even having someone to work with us on those things. But specifically, that would allow us to keep certain things going. And during the handoff, we could do a whole different broadcast. And it allows you to hand off. The question is who's doing what during the handoff.
Right.
And that's why, Vic, you and I can maybe map something out, because depending on who's doing what, for example, it may be best to go to, for example, Miko during the handoff for like 5 to 10 minutes while we affect certain things. Then she could still have time to go do something. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Do certain things in a certain order so that the transitions can be kept going like that. That's what I wanted to look at.
Right.
And then, but allowing for everybody the time they need in that period.
Right. Right. I got you.
So that's why I wanted to look at how we do those transitions with Meerkat
Okay.
and Periscope. Okay?
Okay.
So that the whole thing is looking how we're going to get these selfies in there too, you guys. So, but theoretically, I'm going to go look at Meerkat and see what people have up there,
Okay.
and then decide if we're going to use any of that,
Okay.
play any of the stuff from Meerkat or Periscope. So that keeps mine pretty much nice and narrow for, you see what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
enough stuff. You see what I'm saying, Vic?
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff when I crowd it in.
Right.
And narrow it down. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have enough room to work with keeping it narrow.
Right.
And then going right into the hot picks, new sports. I'm going to transition probably with the latest Hanamoto.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The key is how you elongate the subjects. I went to look back at some of my stuff and I said, it's not how many, it's how I have to make sure I don't spend a lot of time on it, although it may feel organic. He says, well, I'm going to speed up getting what they call to the point of the matter and let the decision, if there's a decision to be made, how is the eloquence of your decision more important, or you just cutting to the chase? So I wish I could call the evolution of hot picks and new sports. You have 10 seconds or less. You go over 10 seconds, you are now null and void whatever you say. And it pushes this moment of where you sit back and say, how can I center what I'm doing? I'm not doing it now. I'm not putting it in right now, but it's coming.
The issue really, the issue really stems from the fact that, okay, because I just thought of a reminder to remind myself. 5 minutes, see the whole welcome thing, 5 minutes. Then it's like 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
So it's really the 15, 15, 20 or 15, 15, 15, 45.
Right.
It's that intro. So I'm going to try to be moving along quickly.
All right. You're supposed to get right to
We'll
it.
see how, that's why I say we'll see how that
Tell us.
we got to move quickly. That's the whole thing.
It's called the decision-making process, and it is a different thing, I have to admit. So it'll be a nice challenge. I don't know if we're going to hit the mark tomorrow, but I think we'll be close.
We're leaving room.
Yeah.
We're leaving room in case we go over in the second segment. That's what, I mean, whatever. Part of what we're going to be working out is what do we do in that hour that immediately follows
Right.
the broadcast.
Right.
Okay, and right now, we're going to probably have it do sort of a video music compilation of stuff,
Right.
leaning more toward video
Right.
of the stuff that's a current mix of hot videos,
Right.
so that could start late. Something like that could start late, but then once it starts up, would be at least dynamic enough to be up, right?
Right.
So it would need to. So it would be more, and again, we would be the featured videos, right?
Right.
It would be you and I deciding which of the top 10 to 15 videos would be in that
Right.
folder.
Okay.
Okay, and then that's what we'll do. That'll leave us room if we go over. That no matter what, if we go even half an hour over,
Right.
whatever we do, it'll start with that when we sign out.
True.
And then we won't have that particular pressure
Right.
per se. But our goal is a 50-minute show. Now, because theoretically it affects what we're going to do the rest of the day, even though tomorrow maybe not, because I may have to do some other things. That's what I'm working on. See, to confer with Vic what we do in the middle. Because there's some things we're going to do in the middle part of the day, or there's some things we may even do in the later part of the day. That's why we have to decide on the scheduling.
Okay.
Now, Vic, that's the biggest thing for right now. But the stuff you sent over to me that I'm putting into this week's drum has to do with the upcoming shows.
Right.
Can you give?
I can just give you in reference to what we have coming up. And I'm always I'll say commitments, because it's one thing I learned about dealing with our projects like Pax Stereo Live and so forth, that you can give the names of who's coming, but those dates tend to shake out a lot. And 50% of the time I'm doing these arrangements or commitments, they're always shaking out. We do know that Nils wants to do the return, which we did Nils at Pax Stereo Live last week. He'll be coming back targeting somewhere probably around mid-October. It looks like that's the safe point. It may move a little bit more. He's going to be doing some touring and stuff. But we've talked a few times and been brainstorming on how to touch it and have it a different feel than the last time. And he has some ideas, and he's going to be bringing over some other people as well, people really in the industry. We also have our DJ, what we call the feature of a DJ, who has not really been featured. And I'm going to say that because not in the way we're going to feature him. And that's Mars Vita. Now, he's supposed to step up on the 19th. That'll be 8 to 11 p.m. That's the max time. You know, I just put the window in there. I told him that, you know, the video is going to have his impact really way before 11. We're just saying everything's down at that time.
Yeah, because I'm thinking the DJ part is probably more like 8 to 10.
Yes, it is, because you're going to be doing...
Or 8 to 9...
Right.
8 to 9:45.
We build in the same formula. There's the pre, there's the meet, and there's the close. So he knows that. So the whole point of it is gathering, getting the people here. The most exciting time is when you get most of your people here at that time. And his job is to make sure that they don't spread out, because typically that's what people do. They like to linger
Well,
and come.
because, yeah, Vic, to tell you the truth, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, specifically, because we put it like that to me, based on the pre-show show,
Right.
I would say, 8 to 9:30, then the after show's half an hour,
Right.
and the pre-show could still be an hour.
Right.
Because then that allows the whole control of the thing
Right.
to be reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we talked about the polls. Even I got to tell you, I think we have to move the speakers. I think the moisture may be part of the speaker damage.
Right.
So the good speakers, even the columns, we got to find a spot.
Okay. I got you.
You
I got
gotta
you.
find a
Or
spot.
just use them, wrap them, and elevate them as well. Hopefully.
Yeah, even if they're moist in there, then there's an issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just being in an environment that has moisture
Yeah. Okay.
for speakers.
Right. Okay. Along with the DJing, reach out came from an artist, R&B soul pop artist named Jamie. I think it's Jamie Claire, through Miko, and going to confirm whether she can target probably the first week of October. It's the safest bet right now. And I'll give some more follow up on that. That's the targeting day. So we're going to thank Miko for that. She got referred by somebody and got to Miko, and then Miko's already kind of gave her, here's the sense of what we're doing. Push them away from morning coffee if they're looking to perform, which
Right.
is great. So I'll be confirming just logistically on those dates, even though I just gave you kind of a brush of a target date. And also with meetings, no meetings are scheduled with anyone doing Pax Stereo Live. And I found this interesting, and I'm going to get with you on this, where I had told Miko this. I said, once this Pax Stereo Live, I hate to say the term, we run this bitch. And when we do that, it really is, I hate to say it, it's the people going, I give up. You guys are doing all the logistics. And all they need to do is recruit the people. And when they recruit the people, once I know they got the people, our A game comes on. And then it's my job is to go out and I go get the data from them. So it kind of eliminates that wait and hold expectation.
Well, at least we've been testing the format, right?
Right.
And the way we do everything. So we've been testing every version.
Right.
We're going to basically attack the areas that were a problem.
Right.
I'll have all the mix automation stuff in this upcoming time.
Right.
With more of the specific sound check protocols installed and updated.
True.
So all that'll be there. So we'll be ready. Even though we did, I thought, really an exemplary job with what we did first time. Now the whole thing is to get everything down to a protocol so we can recreate
Right.
what we did the first time.
That's
and then,
right.
And then polish that.
Right. And we're not trying to offload. It's a different type of mechanism. I'm trying to correlate a philosophy, the same philosophy as the on-demand cell phone thing, that you really don't have time to do a lot of prep. You just go. And if you go, the show is right there. And not offload what I call a lot of expectations on facilitation, logistics, and administration. A lot of times that really gets in the way, although required because that's what we do. What I don't want to do is have people constantly pushing away, because I'm looking at the percentage of people reevaluating and then rescheduling. It's because the bar's been set high on what we say. Now that is good. What's not good is that there's not a project coming because they keep pushing him out.
Well, I tell you what, the one thing I'll bring up again, just so you know, and because I think it's relevant in terms of philosophically how we approach the next few months, we need to already be planning what this fall season length is now, so we know really when it ends also.
Absolutely.
Now, why? Let me tell you specifically, I know I need time for Wowza and Roku.
Right.
So we're going to see how things go
Right.
with my ability to attend to those things
Right.
and how it affects the other stuff. Because
Right.
I have to set up more of the Wowza, the Roku stuff. But again, we're going to see how it goes. And the website stuff is continuing to move forward slowly but significantly.
Right. Right. No, the shortest season is our fall season, because usually I'm not thinking beyond Thanksgiving anyway. Typically, I'm getting right to that window, and people are traveling. It's holiday and this whole thing, so it's a short window here. And sunshine, we took that
September,
in.
October,
Always.
November, ending in late November.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll get those dates for you.
Right, and I'll get the one with Ray. Ray does have a target guest on the 26th, and
Of
September. Yeah, it's an easy do, because the formula now really works, because you're transferring over to them. Can you get the people here? And once you get that formula in, you really relax, because the rest is showing.
Because we do it, and again,
Right.
this is when Ray comes in based on the fact of, the other stuff we discussed.
Right.
It'll be under the same format. It'll be a Pax Stereo.
That's right.
Where the guest co-host.
Yes, it's the same as what is done before. If somebody's going to be isolated, it's just a one-on-one. That really doesn't serve the Pax Stereo Live. That's almost like coming in the morning coffee and saying, let's just sit down and get featured under a show when our show format at morning coffee's already changed. So
Right.
I also have people who I know that are not good at this area of being able to bring in people. So that carves out a special time for morning coffee when that's not their strength. Not everybody has that strength of.
Well, that's what we're
moving
going to
people.
see too.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, who's here? Is Michelle here for tomorrow?
No, she's not. Because of our schedule change from evening today. She says best wishes unless my schedule changes.
Okay.
I hope to see you guys.
It's just
if
you
do
and
it.
I.
And Miko.
Oh, Miko.
Yes.
Oh, you're here tomorrow. Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
So
I hope you have so I know we're going to have the indie downloads. You going to be here Tuesday too?
Yeah.
Oh, they said, yeah.
Not morning. You mean the regular show?
Right.
Regular.
Okay.
Kinda working.
So you'll have those ready. Okay. Okay. So the good Miko will be bringing that to you. Indie, free indie download.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, that sounds wonderful for tomorrow. Teresa Campbell.
She's moved off until we're looking. I gave her two or three choices to pick October, because what she's doing is it's the show.
She's
and tell.
building into it in a nice kind of a way.
Well, what she's really doing is one thing to scale and logistically write on paper and lay out, but when you come to the event, it changes your whole focus. So
Right.
now,
Right.
we've talked about where she says, now I'd rather have a comedian come in and start off ahead of me to set the tone. Then I do my show, because now she sees there's an entertainment value versus there's the thinking value versus this is the reality value. You have to find the lane you want to be in. And so when she came to Neil, she really had sat back and said, wow, this changed me. It made me go back to the drawing board. And that's the message we've always been saying. Once you're here, the organic feel of it changes from the logistical feel of just planning it. That's why I like the go mode. When you just go, everybody, Neil said the same words. Don said the same words. He says, the feel is different because everybody's involved.
Well, that's
that makes
part
you
of
go back.
the experiment that we talked about.
Right.
And the fact that we continue to attempt to develop and evolve new forms. And sometimes the subtleties are there, but they make all the difference in the world.
Right.
Especially the way that for now, we are one of the truly two-way communicators out there, and that is what really internet television to us is really about, is about a two-way communication. So much of our shows involve two-way communication.
Right.
So, all right, so that looks good. So, okay, we think we have all the plans for the week, you guys. That looks good. We know the other stuff to be determined. Vic, you know, I need time for the Wows and the Roku, but that can wait. We know we're going to do the web stuff. We're going to work after this on just getting the broadcast materials ready.
Okay.
That won't take too long because I'll show you how to do that. And then I think we'll be getting ready. We'll be ready for this week.
Yeah, sounds
Tuesday
good.
night sounds good, too.
Yep.
Let me take my notes here. Oh, Vic, I wanted to tell you. And this is more than just a little thing, I guess. Was that within the context of even the 50-minute show, I was going to try, we need to try to isolate sub-segments that could be syndicated as sub-segments. Like, for example, let's say in New Sports you have 2 or 3 topics. We may want to take one or two of those, or have a policy of trying to find at least one of them every week to sub-syndicate.
It's funny. It may be a little bit different, but it won't make much of a difference because my philosophy has already changed on now bringing what I call a main topic that has subtopic categories versus brand new. So it still can roll that way. It's just now because of the time restraint.
Well, here's what we do.
Very difficult to do 3 topics.
No. It's mostly a way of packaging it after the fact.
Right.
So that's because even within the other stuff, for example, I made a few notes. The selfie moment, I'm doing within the monologue. I'm now going to do something this today or this week in what they call the news. That's not do my current events, so that I can always pull that little piece out of there and sub whatever.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but I could.
Right.
Selfie moment could be. Social media update could be. Free download of the week could be. Extreme social media could be. And then when we go and take a look at our conversations. So I just made a note. I don't know how it will work because it's after the fact. I'm not saying approach it in the pre.
No.
I'm just saying after the fact, I'm looking at what it would take to go to those segments and to make it a goal of pulling one sub-segment, usually from each of certain parts.
Right.
Like a particular person, like maybe one hot pick moment, right? Something and say, hey, go look at this, boom.
Right.
To throw it back because of the promotion.
Yeah.
Because at least it looks on the surface like, to the extent that we can do these now faster with better metadata, it's a better return on investment because we can do a bunch of them and they'll actually take minutes. Even though to me it seemed tedious, but I just know when I looked at what they would actually take time-wise, even to find it, none of them should take 15 minutes. So if we were to do 3, I actually think we could probably do 3 one from each of different segments or whatever in like 15 minutes.
Right.
And maybe one day do 4 or 5 within 20 minutes
Right.
to sub-syndicate with special. And again, I would just say whenever something's like a hot moment, does we remember that moment
Well, yeah, if
to
the
cut that bit. We talked about this before.
if the segments are going to be really shorter, it will not be a problem because that was the whole goal to actually go. You won't have to go far to go find it, and that's
Well-
what I was looking at. I was going. You can't have 30-minute New Sports and 30-minute hot picks. It's
And these
too long.
sub-segments, to me, I'm thinking we're shooting for anything from 2 to 3 minutes for these little pieces, right? I
Right.
mean, maybe 4, but we're not trying to make them 15 at all, or even 8 or 9, right?
Right.
I could say 5 maybe,
Right.
but I was thinking, really, okay, 2 to 5 minutes,
Right.
even though mostly shorter, right? Because that was the whole point,
Right.
to have it fuel the other stuff,
Right.
too, and then get to the quick points.
Right.
So we'll see how that works. That's part of what we're going to attempt to do in the post. Now, the thing I forgot is that tomorrow is Labor Day. My mother called too. So you guys want to plan something for tomorrow as an approach to tomorrow?
That would be
After
nice.
we get done, what around here, or what do we want to do food-wise?
Oh, you mean
Oh, now see, that
Okay.
she had a comment, huh?
what is that? What did she
You
say?
know, dude, it's no shame in my game. I don't know why you're trying to throw me under the bus. I said that would be nice. Now, if you're up for it, fine. If not, fine. It all
I was
depends on
saying I
your
was gonna be
mood.
great about though. Yes,
All depends on your mood.
I'm just saying if y'all want to eat something.
I'm for it. Since you love to cook. Yes, ladies, he likes to cook. And critique when he does cook. So if you're going to get in this kitchen ever, you better have your A game for your cooking. You might as well come
Or
on
you could be
Food
good
Network.
at some other shit.
No. That's a lie. You need to know how to cook. And be
Then
tidy.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Then it's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. So that's why I say. Sometimes they say, he didn't love me because of my cooking.
Well, that gets old, as I'm hearing the older folks say. So you got to bring something else in case that get worn out.
Cooking never gets old.
I wasn't talking about cooking.
That's why I say the other shit does get old.
Yeah, see that
Cooking
part.
stays. As long as you can cook, man, I'm telling you, get your skills down. Down. Okay, you guys. So I think that's it, Vic. As usual, I love to sign out on this with the latest Pax Stereo photo animation. The latest one is from Nils. Love to show it. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Well, for those of you, Monday night, Monday morning, Tuesday night. Triple banger. Peace.
Hey.
Ooh, gives me chills. Ain't no stopping. So what's the use in trying? Ooh, gives me chills. I like the way that you make me feel. Now slide your key in. Ooh, gives me chills. And with your engine trapped between my thighs, it's a power rush, a burning bush. You make me wanna fly. Oh, in and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Pour it on, boy. Take me to the night. And ain't no stopping. So what's the use in trying? Destination. Baby, all I know is that you and me were meant to be. Never let me go. Out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. It's crazy going through my head. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. What's the use in trying? Crazy love. love makes you crazy. I never thought that love makes you high. I only hope that love is forever. I only hope that love never dies. Out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's so crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Never let me go. In and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's so crazy love. It's crazy blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's so crazy love. What's the use in trying? Crazy love, gives me chills. What's the use in trying? Crazy love, gives me chills. I like the way that you make me feel.